Hey guys, and welcome back to another match preview and prediction, and it's for Alexandra Eala versus Iga Swiatek for the round 2 matchup at the Madrid Open. So Masters 1000 tournament, outdoor on the clay, but at altitude. So the courts will be faster than your typical clay court, which is going to help someone like Alexandra Eala. However, Iga Swiatek, of course, is the defending champion here in Madrid, and she will be looking to retain her title. So we've got a really exciting matchup, a rematch of the Miami Open quarterfinal where Eala beat Swiatek in straight sets, really shocked her in their first ever meeting. Now Eala's back on the Masters 1000 scene and looking to cause an upset once again. Before we do get into it though, remember to hit that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating or review if you're listening on a podcast platform. Also shout out to our members, and do become a member if you want to get some cool perks. On top of that, click the notification bell to get alerted to all new videos. Okay, let's get into it then. So the head-to-head, as I mentioned, was 1-0 to Eala. They've only played once, which was in Miami not too long ago, actually just under a month ago. The courts in Miami are about medium pace. Clay courts tend to be slow. This, I would say, in Madrid, is probably not far off the speed of Miami, if I'm being honest. Because of the altitude, the balls fly. Pretty bouncy conditions as well. I was watching and have been watching some of the matches, and on clay it's always going to be higher bounce, but the balls are kind of flying through the air. That helps someone like an Eala, who likes to take the ball early. For Swiatek, she tries to be aggressive with a lot of heavy topspin. Now in Madrid, it's still effective. It's still a clay court, but it doesn't have the same effect as maybe it would have in Rome or at Roland Garros, where she's the defending champion there as well. This is going to be an interesting one because Ostapenko's just beaten Swiatek in Stuttgart, and that was a matchup and is a matchup that Swiatek has struggled with throughout her whole career. 6-0 is the head-to-head now. They've never played on clay. They have now, and she's lost. She hasn't won a title this year. She's had some very solid results, but no title as of yet. She's losing to players that she normally you wouldn't think she would. Eala being one of them, right, in Miami. So I think she comes into this with not the highest confidence, and it's going to be her first match of the tournament. Eala's played a match against Tomova and won that match as well in straight sets. She did play a challenger in Portugal, won her first match against Quev Mans, and then lost to Udvardy. Those courts, though, in Portugal are slower, so I'm not going to take that into consideration too much. I think the confidence from that first round against Tomova will be key, I think, in this match. Look, if Eala's going to win like she did in Miami, she has to essentially play that same level and employ similar tactics. She was very aggressive from the baseline, took the ball early, very impressive returning from her as well. Really applied huge pressure on Swiatek. Eala's serve is not anywhere near a top 20 serve, but she was very aggressive of the +1 forehand or +1 backhand, going really big off both wings, giving herself a bit of margin. She wasn't going for lines, but she was going hard at the ball into big targets, really rushing Swiatek. Now, in Madrid, she will still be able to have that sort of effect if she does go after her shots. The only difference here is that she's going to have to, her contact point is not going to be maybe as perfect. She's going to have to take some balls a bit higher, shoulder height at times, and commit to taking those on the rise. Returning wise, it's easier to return on clay. I know Madrid is, they say it's good for servers, but I still think given it's a clay court, it's still not going to be incredibly easy to serve big and get a huge amount of free points. Both players have been struggle, I think, to win a lot of 3 points on serve, especially off the first shot. Maybe not the second shot. Both players have very good ability off the +1 shot. Eala did really well against Swiatek to stick with her physically from the back of the court. She's extremely athletic, defended really well with the slice and dicing, and on the clay courts, variety is really key, and she has that in her back pocket. Swiatek doesn't really like hitting a lot of backhands super low. She can't hurt you with those backhands. And similarly, I think when Eala was going big into the forehand, Swiatek wasn't enjoying that, especially with that forehand that Eala was taking early down the line. I saw her employ the drop shot a lot in her first round. That's not a bad ploy against Swiatek. If she's going to do that, it needs to be when she's being able to push back Swiatek, use that drop shot, because she's not going to necessarily, in my opinion, have as many points like she did in Miami, where she was able to win them with pure winners from the baseline, that is. Swiatek will know what's coming this time, so she's going to have to be a little bit more creative, I think. The drop shot's a key shot, I think, for me. Swiatek doesn't execute it as well, so she's going to be, I think, mainly looking to find angles, especially cross-court into that backhand of Eala. But Eala's backhand is very solid, to be honest, so I actually see her potentially causing the upset again. I think prediction-wise, Swiatek's a champion, so she's got to be the favourite on paper. I think it's the safe prediction, if I'm being honest. I think Swiatek will take a set, but I actually think Eala's going to win again, and in 3 sets. I just have a feeling that with Swiatek, it could also be a mental thing as well. She doesn't have this aura of invincibility right now. I do think confidence plays a big part in her game, her mentality, as it does for all the top players. And at the moment, I just don't think it's quite clicking for her. The serve especially, a lot of serves in the middle of the box. I think Eala's going to eat those up. I think Iga's going to really feel pressure on her serve. I don't think Eala's going to feel the same pressure on hers, because she knows her serve's weak, but she backs it up nicely. And Iga will be aggressive, no doubt, on the returns, but I think Eala defended well in Miami. I think she'll defend well here. I think she'll be able to make it work, and I think she'll get the win. Let me know in the comment section below what you think and why. Thanks very much, guys. Stay safe and well, and we'll see you in the next video.